I am no man.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. Shout out to Riley Gaines today, the single most consequential and accomplished female athlete in the history of American sports. That is without doubt today. If you're not following Riley, you definitely should be, because Riley Gaines just delivered the single greatest victory in the history of women's sports, and it all happened out of the pool, you might say. Today, in a cultural victory that will be heard for generations, Riley Gaines, of course, shot to superstardom when she became the cause celeb for those who wish to protect women in women's sports. Riley Gaines had to share a podium and a medal in a locker room with Leah Thomas during the NCAA Women's Swimming Championships, where Riley Gaines had her rightful medal stolen from her. But major breaking news right now that will echo into eternity in the history of sports and culture. The University of Pennsylvania, the institution where Leah Thomas swam as a trans swimmer, now will be apologizing for allowing Thomas to compete on the women's team. UPenn has agreed to restore all female records and places inappropriately taken and apologize in writing to every impacted female swimmer, ladies and gentlemen, and to ban all trans athletes from their program happening right now. UPenn has agreed to apologize for allowing Leah Thomas to compete in the women's swimming team. They will also vacate all Thomas's records and restore them to the women who rightfully earned them. UPenn will apologize. Gender ideology is crumbling right now. Here's the official release. If it sounds too good to be true, well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is wild. Today, the U.S. Department of Education announced the University of Pennsylvania has entered into a resolution agreement to comply with Title IX of the Education Amendments in 1972. This action follows the department's Office for Civil Rights investigation that found UPenn violated Title IX by allowing Leah Thomas to compete in female athletics program and occupy female-only intimate facilities. Today's resolution agreement with UPenn is yet another example of the Trump effect in action. Thanks to the leadership of President Trump, UPenn has agreed both to apologize for past Title IX violations and to ensure that U.S. women's sports are protected for the future generations of female athletes, said the Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon. What a freaking unbelievable cultural victory. Trans swimmer Leah Thomas wins will be wiped from the record book like they never happened. And runners-up will be moved into first place after University of Pennsylvania has bowed to President Trump crackdown. The Ivy League institution decision comes after the Trump administration suspended $175 million in federal funding to Penn, money that had been earmarked and funded through the Defense Department for the Department of Health and Human Services. Weird how all that works. Anyway, this is wild. Thomas won national title in the women's 500 free while tying fifth with Kentucky swimmer Riley Gaines. There you go. Who has since become the face of the movement to ban trans athletes from female sports. NCAA previously allowed each sport to govern transgender inclusion, generally deferring to national governing bodies or international Olympic criteria. Here's Riley and President Trump on a mission to ensure that this never happens again to any female athlete. Here's ESPN. Penn to ban trans athletes, ending Leah Thomas civil rights case. The U.S. Department of Education announced voluntary agreement on Tuesday. The case focused on Leah Thomas, transgender swimmer that competed for the Ivy League school in Pennsylvania. It's part of the Trump administration's broader attempt to remove transgender athletes from girls' and women's sports. Under the agreement, Penn agreed to restore all individual Division I swimming records, titles to female athletes. Lost out to Thomas. Education Department said Penn also agrees to send personalized apology letters to each swimmer. Immediately clear It wasn't immediately clear whether Thomas would be stripped of the awards and honors at Penn. The university must also announce that it will not allow males to compete in female athletic programs, and it must adopt biology-based definitions of male and female. Oh, wow. I mean, wow. This is Linda McMahon quote. The department commends University of Pennsylvania for rectifying the past harms against women and girls and will continue to fight relentlessly to restore Title IX application to enforce the fullest extent of the law. Just the moment you think that your vote doesn't matter, look at the power of the Trump administration. Look at the power of this cultural moment. Penn to apologize for allowing Leah Thomas to compete on women's team. Boom. There you go. Banning men in women's sports. Huge win for women and a cultural win for President Trump. This is massive. Just a massive, massive victory. As part of the deal with the Trump administration, the university is committed to issuing apologies. That is really something else. The fact that they'll have to apologize. Wow. They'll send personal apologies to every single female athlete. What a monster victory. The moment you think that your vote doesn't matter, think about this image. Remember this image right here. The moment you think that it doesn't, nothing ever happens, right? Nothing ever happens. Yeah. This is crazy. Stripping trans swimmer Leah Thomas of the women's team's records, issuing public statement affirming Title IX compliance, sending apology letters to all female athletes. There you go. University of Penn will officially ban transgender athletes. And there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, women's sports protected. University of Pennsylvania caves, winning, will apologize, will apologize, will apologize, and the women get their records back. This is exactly what President Trump promised at the White House with Riley Gaines, surrounded by female athletes. In fact, this is one of the best photos of all time, an iconic photo. President Trump actually surrounded by young women, not sniffing them, but defending them. It's an awesome picture, and what President Trump said at this event is also incredible and worth remembering. God bless President Trump. I have daughters. Obviously, nobody wants this to ever happen to their daughters. And so we thank you, President Trump, and Riley Gaines, who became cultural warriors on this. Here's what the president said at this important event where President Trump signed an executive order to ban men in women's sports.
We're honored to be joined today by many incredible advocates for women's sports, including the brave swimmer at the forefront of this battle. And Riley Gaines is a person that I've been watching. Fought hard. Riley was a 12-time All-American. Well, that's pretty good. 12-time All-American who sacrificed countless hours in the pool just for a chance at the title. It's so important to her. She gave up everything and just gave everything she had. But then the league forced her to share a spot on the podium with a male swimmer who took her trophy while the media celebrated this stolen glory. And Riley is just a tremendous athlete, and it was a very unfair situation. I watched it. A lot of people watched it. It was ridiculous, frankly. But I want to thank Riley. She really has been in the forefront. People that aren't that well-versed in this would say that she was the leader. And great job, Riley. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I think I'm going to be okay. Come on. Come on. Secret Service is worried about them. If we have to worry about them, we have big problems. Okay, do you want to do this? Watch what I do, and then I'm going to give you some pens, okay? You ready? What a nice picture this is, huh, Governor? You ready? We'll do a good job. Wait, let me press that. I want to make this a really good signature because this is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
God bless you.